All right, lads. It's finally here. How are you all doing tonight? Welcome out. British Airways A320 with IAE engines. The tooltip when the sim was starting up said IAE stands for I am engine. So these are engines. I hope you're all doing fantastic. Classic Pilot, how are you doing? Welcome out. This excuse me, to this momentous occasion of having IAE engines on an A320 in Microsoft Flight Simulator. What a fantastic achievement this is. We're finally here. Bored at work for another 5+ hours, man. Well, hopefully I can give you a little bit of entertainment, very least. Something I've noticed is the FPS is not great. No improvement to Fenix performance, but we're gonna stick it out and get some flights in anyway. But look at these engines. They're here. IAE engines. Oh, how long we have waited for you. Anywho, plan today is we're gonna fly to London Heathrow. We're at Zurich. Then we're gonna fly over to Dublin from London Heathrow. First flight should be just about a hour and 20 minutes or so, and then the second flight's just under an hour. So good little decent amount of flying today. With that being said, we'll get things started. Wish you could fly right now, dude. Anytime I'm stuck at work, I'm like, man, I list off things I'd rather be doing right now, like spreading democracy in Helldivers or flying airplanes. But soon enough, my man, soon enough. All right, I gotta get that going. We gotta get on VATSIM, and we got to get some toolkit up and running. So y'all over on Twitch can do fun stuff like landing rate predictions, which they changed the flare in this plane, so that should be fun. We'll get to play around with that. But finally, it's time. Speedbird 71 Foxtrot Juliet in the A320 with the correct engines, which is why I haven't done British Airways yet. Yeah, you're waiting for your desk. I tell you what, it's gonna be great to fly when you get that desk, though. 100%. You're gonna be itching to go. But every day that passes out of boredom from not being able to fly is another day closer to being able to fly. All right, let me get this plane added. GEUUW. There's no airline attached to it. British Airways. The British. I've been binge watching The Crown at work. My YouTube Premium ran out. I don't want to pay for it until I get paid next. So started binge watching The Crown, getting through that. What ATC is on? You gotta be kidding. I don't want to talk to the British people. They're mean. London Control. Okay. So real quick, gonna check the sectors because I don't know what this person actually controls. London Heathrow. London Center. 197. What gate? I am at gate E62. Yeah, sure as shit. This is who we'll have to talk to. London South Center. No, maybe not. I guess we'll find out. We'll find out. Let me get in Discord real quick. I apologize for the cough. Okay. Let's get things rolling. Ground surfaces, APU, that's fine. Mass and weight, we will load the aircraft with instant just to make sure everything's loaded, and we'll get GSX going as well. Panel states, we don't need to worry about that. Sim settings, everything here should be set up. Might go take a nap soon? Nothing else to do tonight? Hey, nothing wrong with that. Can I turn off cabin visibility? Will that help with FPS? Holy crap, it does. Actually, it doesn't. We'll leave it off. Make the wing views a little bit better. I'm looking for... Okay, we're good. It's 8 p.m. You can't leave till 1 a.m. That's fair. Take your nap. Cargo open. Get stuff loaded, and we will start getting the plane set up. APU on, bats on. We'll get the IRSs aligning. Resupply on. Nav and logo. Next week you start your 10 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. Ugh. Man, I tell you what, night shift is not fun. I've never worked it, but I've known plenty of people who've worked it, and they have never had fun with it. Alright, everything is setting up down here. We go to ATSU. AOC menu. Flights, init data request. That should be good. Look at that, the V2500 finally here. Get our init request working. Invalid flight plan uplink. Why is that the case? Not that. Is it under config? No, that's where we just were. ATSU. AOC. Init data request. I'd like this to work. I'll type it in manually if I have to, but I would love it if this would just work. I got one more thing I can try. LSZH to EGLL. Put that in. And that took away the thing. Alright, we'll just type it in manually. It'll take a couple minutes, but that way I won't have to try to sort this out. Might enjoy night shift where you actually have energy, but you keep getting woken up hours before your alarm, like today. You're woken up at 9 a.m. Oh, that stinks. Getting woken up early. That is not fun. Alright, cost index is 5. Cruising at 360. Now I saw in here, Price over on YouTube. What's going on? Welcome out. Send to MCDU. Does that send it? Sweet. Just don't have to bounce back and forth with that. That's awesome. You went to bed at 5:20 a.m. Ooh. That's only a few hours of sleep before you got interrupted. Alright. We're going to be taking off runway 28. Which means our departure is going to be... We'll do the Vebi 1 X-ray departure. So that should work. So we go into Zurich. Grab runway 28. This nav database is way more out of date than I thought it was. This nav database is 3 years old. Did it delete my nav data when I updated? That's probably why it's not loading the flight plan, actually. Okay. I have to restart the sim, I guess. Hold on. Apologies. Apologies. Outside simulator. Have to update this. Next few weeks, Hindenburg's getting released. Nice, dude. Heck yeah. Alright, let's update Phoenix. My sim crashed? No, my nav data is like way out of date. I'm not sure why. Thinking when I updated the plane, it removed the nav data, which is annoying. Okay, so that's done, and I'm getting the sim started back up. So just be a few minutes. Roger, waiting. Roger. Roger, Roger. It's for democracy, fellers. Democracy is why we have to restart with them. Free ourselves from the automatons. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Hopefully this updates the nav data. If this doesn't work, I don't know what to do. But we might call an audible and switch to POSCON, because if ATC stays on, that's going to throw a wrench, and We have to be pretty snappy once this thing gets loaded back up. I don't want to sit around in Britain waiting for ATC. I'm not really in an ATC mood. Norfolk to Bahamas and ship sim. Nice, dude. Yeah, we'll do POSCON and we'll do the USA East server, Microsoft Flight Simulator, if anybody wants to join. Quick audible. So that way we can kind of keep things moving at a click, because I do got to work tomorrow, so I do got to keep that in mind. Open the simulator. The simulator gets loaded up here before too terribly long. Fingers crossed. Anyway, after this, I think the next thing we have to look forward to in the sim is the 777. PMDG 777 should be relatively soon. Of course, all things relative. All things relative. Man, I wish I could play copyrighted music on YouTube. If I could do copyrighted music on YouTube, I'd be able to play copyrighted music on Twitch and YouTube. Now I can only do it when I'm on Twitch, because Twitch has that trick you can do where it doesn't record the music. Oregon weather sucks right now. It's pouring rain for the next 2 days. Thought it was supposed to be spring soon. I don't know. It's yesterday it was 74, 75 out, and today the high was like 30-ish. We had a cold front come through last night that tanked the temperature from the 70s all the way down to the 30s in the span of like an hour and a half. Got a message fire and let them know. Switching to POSCON because I don't like the Brits. I don't not like the Brits. That was a joke. Geez, if I can pre-file, that would be nice. There we go. Getting somewhere. Thank you, POSCON. We're working. All right, we are back in the sim. We're not going to waste any time marveling at our brand new engines. Request boarding. Swissport International. Boom. Jump over here. Phoenix. Tap to import. Boom. Ground services. We got to open up this, and that. Load aircraft instant. Send to MCDU. That is good to go. Everything else here is golden. Jump up here and get this thing rocking and rolling. Finally get on our way. the nav light on. Crew oxygen supply, everything up there is golden. And we gotta let this thing test real quick. While we're waiting for that, we can jump into the AOC menu and grab our flight in it. Had the Fenix A320 for 6 months now, but I've never flown it. It's great. It's a little FPS heavy though, for my tastes. All right, now we got current nav data. So hopefully init request. Maybe. Boom. Init request works. So we are Speedbird 7-1 Foxtrot Juliet. Let me get connected to POSCON real quick. All right, we are Speedbird 7-1 Foxtrot Juliet A320. Speedbird. Connect. What's our Zulu time? 4:30. I don't think I filed this flight plan, did I? Connected. Sweet. Good. Fire, you ready? Switched over to POSCON because I don't like the Brits. I don't know if you saw that message on Discord. Like I said, disclaimer again, it's not because I really actually don't like the Brits. It's because I don't want to deal with ATC. I want to try to keep things moving.
Well, but there's no ATC on.
There is in Britain.
But it's covering Manchester.
That's London. EGTT.
No, it doesn't cover us.
What?
No, it doesn't cover us.
Okay.
Did you look at the map? Oh, wait, he got offline. No, wait, he didn't. EGTT.
It's London Center.
North.
London North, but...
North. Yeah, but London North doesn't control London South. London Director. It's not Director.
It's fucking raw, mate.
Roger, POSCON. Hold on.
Okay. Let me get set up, so by the time you do that, hopefully I'll be almost ready.
Alright, I'm ready to go.
I'm not. But I don't have to type in the flight plan manually this time, so that'll be great.
Alright, so what do you think? What do you think? How's it look? How's it feel? How's it react? How's it perform? How's it sound? How's it smell?
So, smells like an A320. It looks great. It's nice to have IAEs. The answers to all the other questions, I don't know yet. I haven't flown it. But what I do know is I hate the Brits, so I don't want to talk to them over ATC.
Fair enough, fair enough. Oh, look, there you are. Right next. Look
The
at
fucking
look at
Brit.
that planning, dude.
Hang on one sec. FX1 X-ray. Boom. Look at that, BEA. Look,
Wow.
look. You got the BEA livery, like a special livery.
Oh, wow. Wow. Just wearing the regular colors.
That is hot damn.
Man, you wish.
It smells like electronics. It does smell like electronics. All right, let's do a takeoff performance calculator. Let's see what it looks like for these IAEs.
Alright, you guys have any pancakes today? It's National Pancake Day.
I did not.
Alright, well, don't worry. Tomorrow...
Tomorrow. Tomorrow
Leap
is
year.
tomorrow
Leap
is
day.
tomorrow.
Leap Day. 29th of February. Only once in every 4 years. Last time this happened, we were in a pandemic. Actually, we had almost begun a pandemic. It
Optimum flaps for this takeoff is flaps 3.
What? What? What do you mean what?
Okay.
My V1 is giving me a stop margin of 144 meters with flaps 1.
I guess it is a 8,000 foot runway. Just wish Just Flight would hurry up with their A300. Yep, I agree for both of those. I can't wait until those come.
Well, Keegan, you see the 732 Classic for X-Plane and their updates? We're getting a UNS, a gravel kit, and a MFG.
Ooh,
Pretty pog, right?
MFB.
MFG, yeah. Take that little display to show the map.
Interesting. So they're updating it to the 21st century.
Oh, I should have flown the
What is this,
Tula, but-
down? Yeah, down 0.1. Sorry, I keep jumping back and forth.
Does your table work?
Let's find out. Here in a sec. 58.
Yeah, it's for the 737. They didn't release the 727 yet.
My table does work.
Holy shit.
There's nothing on my table though.
Fair enough.
I also have a button to disconnect my rudders. Now.
Oh, that's the that's so you can adjust it. Like, you
Yeah.
can adjust the positioning.
Hell yeah, brother. All right.
Pre-flight checklist. Engine master. Off.
Let's say I can go. Looks like loading is finishing up. Yep, boarding completed. We'll get the engines. We'll get the APU started.
Are you ready?
Ready when you are.
Landing gear lever
Maybe.
check down. Wipers off.
Just
Battery
kidding.
check.
I'm not. I got 2 minutes for my IRS line.
Alright, I'm doing a battery check.
Just let's see here. 747. Like 747. Never had a gravel kit. Yeah. No. Good luck landing your 747 on gravel.
No, not the 7.4. No, that's
I don't think that would go too great. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Cockpit lights as required. Accumulators check. Cockpit preparation. Overhead panel white lights off. Ground control on. CVR test. CVR test. Press and release. Where the fuck is that? Where is the CVR test on this? Oh, there it is.
FlyJSim 707 would be nice, dude. I wish.
UVAP.
FlyJSim isn't that cool. We got no ATIS for Zurich.
No smoking. No smoking. Should go to auto.
17. That should be good. APU should be just about started.
Yeah,
APU
but
bleed
it's
on.
canceled, the 707.
Wait, they were developing one and they canceled it?
Yeah.
Why would
Or
they do so?
halted it.
Why would they do something so dumb?
It sucks. Engine 1 fire test. Engine 2 fire test.
Why would you say something so controversial yet so brave? I gotta get my POSCON clearance real quick. You know, for all the
Engine fire test is
ATC.
okay. The ACP3PA listen.
Ah, shoot, what's our login?
Listen. Fuck. What? I don't know. LSAS. LSAS.
LSAS.
Instrument, standby instrument is set. Clock is checked. Anti-skid and check on inline SAS, switching panel norm. Bus levers on. Park brake as required. Anti-ATC transponder system on standby. RP 1, 2, 3. Check off.
They said they started work on one the day before X-Plane 11 was announced. Okay, I guess that's fair. I mean, that's better than they had one and it was like actual real work and development had gone into it, and then they were like, no, we don't want to do this anymore.
Well, he did start working on it on screen. So it wasn't just an idea.
1760. That was a great year, 1760.
They only did like the flight model, the exterior models, and stuff. Barrel set. Check ILS required via FCU set. Oxygen
Alright.
supply. Your oxygen resupply on? Resupply's on.
Yeah.
Oxygen mask test. Where's the oxygen mask test?
All right, I'm ready for pushback when you are.
I'm ready for push. Actually, I need to start making
Okay.
for pushback.
So pushback nose to the right. What plane are you flying? Attilas?
A320.
Doing checklists. Look at you go.
AQ bleed.
Beacon light on.
Start. Button start.
Interrupt pushback? No. Only said they made the body of the 707 when they shoved it. Just like put the body into the sim with the 737 flight model. It'd be close enough. It's basically the same plane.
Alright, APU is started. Hold?
Hold.
Not yet. Not yet.
Fire's been flying so many Russian planes the past few times that he's forgotten how to fly a Western
Yeah,
plane.
I'm not used to being able to start my avionics without my engines on.
Hey, are you gonna be here Friday?
Friday, Saturday.
Okay. Should we do the pack event Friday? I'm not gonna be here Saturday.
Past life.
Pack event Friday as opposed to Saturday?
Windows and doors check closed.
I won't be here Saturday.
And neither will. Engine start. Engine mode selector. Ignition start. Engine 1 on.
Be here Friday night because I hate the Brits. Alright, nose right, tail left. Parking brake released. Alright, let's start these IAEs for the first time. Start engine number 2.
Cabin crew, arm doors and cross-check.
We can hear these things start up. Starting, right? Okay, it is.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think the project died as it almost been 2 years since they last gave an update on it. Man,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
707 for
There's
DC.
a free 720B.
Yeah, there is a free. Yeah,
Following safety procedures.
I need to get that.
The card found in your seat pocket contains
Um,
information about exit routes
Either DC-8 or 707.
and the brace position.
One of those planes, I'd be happy. I don't know.
You stop. You
Wanna-
stop.
Do I need to stop right now?
No. You can keep going. I just didn't know how far back you were going.
Pointing out the exits near
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Please be aware
You
that
keep coming.
I think I'm going. I think I'm going this far back.
behind you.
Okay, that's fine.
Emergency lighting.
I ain't know if you were gonna freaking slam it.
All right. Parking brake set. Start engine number 1.
Engine started. Checklist.
It's not that good.
Option
Eh.
started. Engine mode selected.
I don't know. I'd still screw around with it just because 707.
I mean,
Aerosoft, I wish would have kept their DC-8 alive. Ridiculous.
Hold the mask in place with the strap
it's not great for freeware. I think it's pretty good.
before helping others. If we land on
Headley Page 42 in the comment. Yeah, for sure. Some British
Yeah.
planes.
That fucking Comet that's been developed for X-Planes.
around your waist,
Been there for... It says Comet, but it's like been in development for like
Yeah.
a decade, more than a decade.
when outside, inflated by pulling the toy.
Alright, our motors are started. Well, maybe not quite yet. These IAEs start up a little bit slower than the CFMs. Alright, Avail. We are good to go.
Cabin ready. Spoilers are taxi check.
Spoilers armed. Do flaps.
Elapsed time. Run.
What?
How do you run elapsed time? There it is.
Flap switch isn't working.
Brakes.
I know why. Hold on, one sec. Hog weight. Controls.
They got that FC altitude. FCU.
Flaps up.
Radar. Alright, brother radar's on. A2CT cast mode. Auto. Terrain on. Auto brake max. They got clock check. They got demo check. No loop
Okay. Sorry, I literally installed this plane and said, here we go.
It's fine.
I didn't do any kind of setup or anything. Alright.
No, I'll blow them up. Do you have sharklets? Does British Airways run sharklets?
No. I don't think they do.
Alright, now they do.
Alright, time to taxi.
Alright, I'm ready. Tax lights on. Runway turn 5. Are you doing this in real time? No.
No. Doing that daytime ops, brother. SC210 Caravel would be fun. Definitely. There's a lot of planes that haven't been touched.
What runway are you taking?
28.
Perfect. Dude, I want rudder pedals, so I don't even have to use my hands. I just use my feet.
Yeah. No, look, ma, no hands. Alright, auto brake max. Signs are set. Spoilers are not armed. There we go. TO config test is pass. Predictive wind shear, we gotta get that on. Plane's rolling, brother. Alright, we can do flight control check. We can try this out. Full left, full right, back, forward. And then we can get this thing lined up with taxiway. Pedal disconnect. Full right, full left. Reconnect our pedals. We're good to go. Look at that. The benefits of fly-by-wire. Alright, there's gonna be no Yoke cam because I'm using the side stick and I haven't figured out where to put the camera to make a good angle for the side stick.
You put it right above it.
Right above it? I don't know if I can do that.
So you take some duct tape.
Take some duct
The
tape.
ladder, you climb up to your ceiling. You
Okay.
Stick it up.
Stick it on there.
Yeah.
I'll nail it up there too for good measure.
Bro.
Alright. I don't see any traffic around. POSCON lol. Oh my gosh, that is grass. Hello.
Nice. I thought it was just the scenery.
It's just
Well,
scenery.
damn. Like our scenery is really different, eh?
Lights coming on. All right.
Good luck.
Let's see if
See ya in
these
England.
engines sound great. 50%. Chat, you be the judge. And Soga. Sound pretty good to me. .100 knots. There's our V1 and rotate. Oh, the fly-by-wire feels so much different.
Really?
Took a lot of input to get it off the ground. You're up. These engines do sound good. I've always preferred CFM engines, but these sound pretty damn great. Just looking for 1,000 feet. Might be just above it. 1,500 feet, I think, is the default acceleration.
Alright. Let me know when you're like
There we go.
starting your turn, I guess.
Starting my turn.
Roger. Oh, good.
There we go. Couldn't get it into climb. Alright, flaps 2. Couldn't go flaps 1. We'll get through acceleration, then we'll get some wing views and listen to the engines on climb out. And
Airbus is so easy.
isn't it though? Flaps up. Autopilot on. I did not set my altitude. Interesting. I was kind of rushing though. There we go.
Russian?
Nav. Outlock. Yep, Russian. The only thing I give to Aerosoft DC-8 over the Just Flight 1 is the 3D modeling system that just wasn't very good. Aerosoft DC-8 didn't have cross-feed system model, which the Just Flight 1 had modeled. I don't know, I think Just Flight's... In my time, I've heard a lot of people crap on Just Flight. But...
Yeah, but I think they've done a lot better.
I think they're like good. I think they're better than Aerosoft. I don't think you can really like look at the Fokker 70 that just got released a little bit ago and say that it is worse than the Aerosoft CRJ. I don't think that's a realistic conclusion you can draw. Now the A300, I don't think it will come close to the AnyBuild's A300, but they're also going for two different things. The Just Flight one's going to be the older cockpit with the steam dials and everything, and the AnyBuild's one is obviously the most updated cockpit that it had. I don't know. I haven't bought a Just Flight plane, so I haven't really released anything yet in Microsoft Flight Simulator that's gripped me. But when they release that Fokker 100, I will get that. I'm looking forward to that plane.
Is it standard?
Oh, I forgot we're in Europe. We gotta set standard, mate.
Yeah, we'll put it up to cruise anyways.
Going up to cruise at standard, mate. It's 10,000 feet. This thing's climbing like a rocket right now.
I don't
Some
get
lights
any
turned
auto
off.
around the middle of Europe. As soon as I leave it,
When you're what?
my auto work doesn't really work around the middle of Europe. There's some secret.
Huh. Just bought the BAE 146 and soon we'll release the RJ series. Are the RJs different than the 146?
Yeah. The RJ is the new version.
The newer version.
So the BAE was the original like round dial. Everything
Okay.
inside the RJ is like an FMS, like it's like the classic 737.
Gotcha, okay.
You know, with the same, it has the same engine display. And it has like an autopilot that actually.
Oh, I see. I see. RJ Professional.
I used to fly the Quality Wings one. That was a fun one.
Sleazy does it again. What's going on? Block 2 update, how is it? So far, so good. As you can hear, the engine sounds pretty dang great. Had to pull back on the stick a lot to take off. So I think they changed some stuff up with the fly-by-wire. I've heard the landing is different now, too. So we'll see if we slam it into the ground or not. But, yeah, so far, so good. FPS is about the same, if not a little bit worse than it was before the update for me. But this plane has never performed great on my computer. Like when we're at the airport, we'll get stutters and like 28 FPS. But yeah, the BAE 146 was never really a plane that I wanted. But maybe I could look into it if it has like modern avionics. Cause that could be fun.
I used to play it in FSX because it gave me the best FPS.
Gotcha.
So, I used to fly that thing everywhere.
I mean, this is something we could maybe play around with. I don't know. I've never... Of course, I live in the United States, so we didn't have very many, if any, BAEs over here.
We had a few. I think Delta had some.
So it's not really a plane that I grew up around. But this Fokker 100, American Airlines used to operate these, so I've seen these around before. But I'm looking forward to this because, you know, a T-tailed airplane with modern-ish avionics to fly around, that'll be fun. Gonna be live for a bit still. Yeah, we're hopping up to London Heathrow and then from London Heathrow going over to Dublin.
Wait, we're doing another one after this?
You don't have to if you don't want to.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, over to Dublin. I think it's under an hour.
Sounds.
Not a very long one.
Haven't been to Dublin in a while.
Dublin, Ireland. We need a CRJ 200. We need a good CRJ. I'll take a CRJ any 100 right now. A CRJ 200 would be pretty fun. Something different. I feel like so you know, like the A320 thing we have going on in Microsoft Flight Simulator, where it's like everybody's making an A320. We got the Fenix, eventually the FS Labs, we got the fly-by-wire, we got the default one, we have the any builds one coming. It's 5 A320s. I feel like the opposite happens with like planes like the CRJ, where Aerosoft made a CRJ, so now nobody ever is going to touch a CRJ again, which is ridiculous. That's one of the reasons I'm hoping that the Just Flight A300 does well, so that people can see like, oh, you can develop, two people can make pretty much the same plane and give the consumer options with what they want to buy and still be successful. So the one for X-Plane was good.
Dude, that thing came out in X-Plane 9. And it still works on X-Plane 12, I think.
Jeez. I never
He just put patches out.
I never got the J-roll on.
It wasn't that great.
There's the new it used to be
Yeah, the
Used-
blade was.
yeah, it used to be under SSG, but it's not anymore. But the new CRJs, I don't know how they are though.
How long is this flight?
About an hour and 10 minutes.
Are we even gonna make it cruise?
Should.
Oh, we are. Okay. What are you cruising at?
360.
Roger, same.
We're not even over France yet.
Your ETA is not working on your,
Oh, you're right. Hold on.
is it like connected to what?
It's not, it's manual.
It's manual?
Yeah, so this way I can go into like the plane and get the ETA from the plane. I don't have anything to connect it to. I have ETE from Sim Toolkit. Estimated time en route, but no ETA. Sim Toolkit's not even working.
You should just put like, I don't know. And just keep it like this.
Connect MSFS. You gonna work now? Okay, that's working. Yeah, ETA. It's a countdown. It's not a count up, which is annoying. But about an hour from now, 0600. Let's put in 0600 Zulu.
Okay, well, I'll be right back then.
Okay, bye. Bye forever.
Fly the plane for me.
I don't need to do that, it'll do it itself. Okay. ETA. Just sad some devs only make popular planes like 737, A320. If Just Flight ever makes some of their vintage planes like their Connie, DC-3, DC-8 would be amazing, for sure. For sure. I second that opinion. I'd like some variety. Like, it was either last stream or a couple streams ago. We're talking like Connie, DC-8, DC-3, DC-9, 707. Hell, in Microsoft Flight Simulator, 727, 737, Classic, 717. Like, there's all these different planes that nobody's ever gonna touch. I'm really hoping that TFDI, once they get their MD-11 going, they turn around and say, oh, by the way, we're working on the 717. But then there's all like the British planes, like the one I can think of is the BAC 111. I don't know if I've ever seen a developer make this thing. Here became mod? No worries, Jonathan. How are you doing today? Like this plane. There's so many different planes that we don't have. Don't get you started on the BAC 111. Why is that? British Airways. Hawker Trident nose wheel. Oh, the Just Flight 747 Classic Basically a remake of their older 747 Classic HD, which is made in partnership with CLS. Yeah, but still, it'd be nice to have it. Nose wheel is not centered on the BAC 111. Never noticed that. Did you just ruin my... What? What is that? GAWZK. We'll find out. Oh, it is a Trident. Okay. Oh, but still, who the fuck designed this? Listen, United Kingdom. Listen. Leave the airplane design up to the Americans and the French. You're not very good at it. Oh, good God. No, okay, I don't want that plane. I'm okay if we don't get that plane in the sim. I'll be honest. Fire sends a video. Autoland?
Test pilots Ron Clear and Jimmy Phillips demonstrated an auto.
There's always the Fokkers, but aren't the Fokkers like Netherlands or something? Or German? Dutch. Yeah.
In line with the runway, we're descending down the glide path, and we have completed the checklist. That is, we have lowered the undercarriage and flaps and made all the actions necessary to carry out an automatic landing. Ron Clear, one of our senior test pilots, is acting as co-pilot for this flight, and he is monitoring the performance.
Only 2 throttles are moving.
Normally, for an operational approach, both pilots would be doing this job.
There's a space in between the throttles. I assume that's would be engine number 3.
And this means that we have approximately a mile and a half to run to touchdown. The autopilot is controlling the airplane, the flight path of the airplane, and the automatic throttles on the 2 outboard engines are controlling
Hey,
the speed of the airplane.
you said 2 outboard engines.
We're now passing 200 feet with 3/4 of a mile to run. The landing will commence at 65 feet, at which point the throttles will close and the autopilot will pitch the nose of the airplane up for the landing flare. The flare is now beginning, and we should very shortly be touching down round about now.
Fucking... I know there's an ad. I'll wait to say my joke until the ad is over. Didn't the Elton 11 beat? Isn't the Elton 11 the first plane to have Autoland? It was the Fokker. Oh, well, hold on. Trident at 60. Oh, I guess it was the Trident. First civil type to be engineered or certified with an automatic approach to land. Interesting. I always thought it was the Elton 11. Was the Elton 11 made? 72. Oh, okay. Fokker was 60 years or 60 years. 10 years to the punch. All right, ad break over. Here's the joke. Right, look at this dude. Look at his perfect timing during this landing.
Commence at 65 feet, at which point the throttles will close and the autopilot will pitch the
Look at
nose
this
of the
perfect
airplane
timing.
up for the landing flare. The flare is now beginning, and we should very shortly be touching down round about now.
I wonder how many times they landed the plane to get that timing exactly correct. Fucking Swiss, dude. What is going on with my camera? Interesting. Yeah, I always thought the Elton 11 was the first one to have auto land. First commercial airliner. I was wrong. The British did it. PFW 614. Take a peek-see. What in the fuck? I've seen this plane before. The engine's mounted on the wings, but on top. Kind of like how the Honda Jet has its engines mounted. Jeez. What a weird design for a plane. It was retired in 2012 though. Was it the Luftwaffe that had it? There's a few good pictures of the Luftwaffe one. Gotcha. I saw a Reddit post about, it was a German guy who was very angry about us Englishing German words. Like Luftwaffe is Luftwaffe because a W makes a V sound in German. And then the Kriegsmarine is the Kriegsmarine. Gotta add the at the end. For the E. There's no silent E. It was a funny post, but I understand it. It was a post about something that had to do with the Scharnhorst. Scharnhorst? However the hell you say it. The battleship. 1975 to 2012, only 12 were made. Jeez. Is there like a reason that they put the engine on the wing like that? Originally intended as a Douglas DC-3 replacement, its most distinct feature the engine was mounted on pods on pylons above the wing. These were supposed to be Lycoming engines. Interesting. The Rolls-Royce engine. Go ahead. It was underpowered. These are small engines, it looks like. You know, it should have made it a T-tail and put the engines mounted back here and give it bigger engines. No reverse thrust. Interesting. Wonder if this plane sounds like a Rolls-Royce powered plane. Retired in 2012. Do we have... Why are there so many goddamn Swiss videos? Get out of here. If there's any videos of it that are more modern. This is a VCR. Oh, 707. Look at that. Such a weird looking plane. Very loud plane. Is like 60s. It's developed, well, 75, yeah. That was before they were concerned about noise. Back when airplanes still sounded the way they were supposed to. Like, there is a video of Mega. So there is the Omega tanker that still uses the JT3Ds that the 707s came with. And this guy posted a video. This is a great channel that I'm subscribed to on my other YouTube account. Yeah, the video of the 707 flying over his house. That is really, like, showcases why I like these older jets so much. Because the way they sound is just fantastic. Fokker helped make it. Yeah, it said Fokker VFW was the manufacturer. In my opinion, this is the way jets should sound. Jets were so much cooler when they had, like, unique sounds. Nowadays, for the sake of efficiency, everything sounds the same. It's unfortunate. Pick inside and make sure we don't blow through top of descent. Fire is going to be right on top of us. Yep. We'll just, let's say we're fine. Formation flying. It's alright. What's the worst that can happen? If you like to actually fly the Spruce Goose in real life, you have to ask Howard Hughes. The only person to fly it. I bet that thing was heavy as hell to try to fly. Because it would have been controlled with cables and pulleys. Been in the cockpit of the Spruce Goose? I'm jealous. My aviation claim to fame. I've talked about it before. I've sat in the cockpit of an MD-80. My dad worked for Midwest Airlines. He had a friend who flew one of 3 MD-80s from Midwest Airlines. I got to sit in the cockpit of one, which is pretty cool. But also I've been in the cockpit of a Lockheed Constellation, and that thing is absolutely majestic. Yep, there's fire. Zooming over. We have one in Kansas City. The museum is going through legal troubles at the moment, but the Lockheed Constellation is absolutely, let's see, 6937 Charlie. Yeah, I've been in this cockpit. It is a really, it was really cool. They usually, when you would tour it, they don't let people in it, but my grandpa knew a guy, so I got to go up and sit in the cockpit. When I was a kid.
Clear of conflict.
That's what it looked like. At the time, I didn't understand it, but at the time, it was a flying working constellation. This is what it looks like when I used to fly. So I was one of the few people that get to sit in the cockpit of an airworthy flying constellation. There's not many people that can say that. There's only one or two in the world right now that are flying. So that's my aviation claim to fame. I would love to go see the Spruce Goose someday. Absolutely would love to. Oh, did you see that? It stopped the climb with the conflict, and now it's climbing again. Look at that. I didn't even notice that. That is cool. So it stopped climbing to let the conflict play out, and then it started climbing back up to cruise, and now we're at cruise. That is awesome. Good job, Fenix. I didn't even know that was a thing. I think for like $150 you can go sit in the cockpit. I don't know if I'd go sit. I don't know if I'd pay that to go sit in the cockpit. This is a cool looking cockpit though. Holy crap. Sit inside the wooden airliner. I'll have to bring a fedora so I can be like Howard Hughes. Grow my mustache. Comes with the tour too. I saw a while ago. It has like a special building it's put in, right? Oh, I guess that. Still cool nonetheless. Like I saw a thing where they had to build this building specifically for this plane. Such a giant plane. Building is built around the plane, yeah. Evergreen Aviation Museum. What else do they have? Let's see what else is here. Exhibits. Go away. Go away. Popular. What's popular? Spruce Goose, of course. They got an SR-71. Raton Gaming. What's up? What's going on? Welcome out. Hope you're doing fantastic. They got a Titan 2 F-117. People had issues of it being painted gray. I mean, I can see why they did it though. Probably since it's built out of wood, you gotta paint it to protect the wood. Collections, maybe? See what else they have. How are you doing, Raton Gaming? I hope I'm saying that right. How are you doing? We are en route to London Heathrow. New exhibits? F-86. I love the F-86. One of my favorite US jets. I'm doing good. I'm doing great. I'm tired. It was a long day at work. But now we're in the sim with the IAE engines, finally. So all is well over here. Just tired. A little tired, but nothing to complain about on that front. Love from India? Well, love back at you from the US, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate it. Love back at you. Spruce Goose painted. I'm not seeing anything online about it being painted, but I figured probably the reason they painted it is because to protect the wood. It's one of the things you do with wood is you paint it, stain it, other things, temperature control probably. I do a whole bunch of things to keep it from keep the wood healthy. What games do I play on the channel here? It's just Flight Sim at the moment. Eventually I want to get some Truck Sim in there, but I got other stuff I need to get before I do Truck Sim. But just Flight Sim on the channel. Over on Twitch we do Flight Sim, and every once in a while some other stuff gets sprinkled in. Void Crew, Hell Let Loose, a few other things, but in terms of content, it's Flight Sim. In terms of not content, I've been playing a ton of Helldivers 2. Democracy. Spreading freedom and democracy throughout the galaxy. Filipino Kid, how's it going? Welcome out. Where do I live? I live in Missouri in the United States. In America. Evergreen Museum also has a water park where you can go into a 747-200 and go down. Wait, what? That sounds cool. I'm looking that up. Museum 747. So before the museum got it, it was abandoned? It was just parked there? Yamhill County Sheriff's Office will hold an auction on the courthouse steps. Property in question is not a house. It's a derelict Boeing 747 that has been parked in the field in front of Evergreen Aviation and Space Museum for some 8 years. Huh. .747, the top water park. There it is. How about that? That's fantastic. That is cool. Live in the Philippines? Nice, dude. It's the coolest thing about streaming is you get to meet people from all over the place. It's so awesome. I've met people from like Ratan Gaming, he's from India. A lot of people come through here from New Zealand, Australia. People I would never ever interact with if I didn't decide to live stream flight simulators. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Jonathan's a New Zealander. Over on Twitch. Yeah, super awesome. I figured that's what the PH was after your name. I think that's supposed to be an emoji, but the chat doesn't show it. I don't know. I just exist here. Wait. Is that a 747 landing at KMMV? So that's a different 747. That's the abandoned one. Look at that. The 747 is just a beautiful, the classic with like the static thing coming off the wing. Look at that wing. Just look at that plane. It's a beautiful plane. 747 landing at KMMV. We got a flyby? Low approach? One landed in 2015. 2015. Was not 11 years ago. This is better quality. It's 2015, okay. I know the A380 is bigger, but there's just always something like... I saw a... Last time I was in Dallas, I saw a 747 take off. It was a 747-8. And the place I was at was right... I saw it take off overhead. It's just like absolutely stunning to see something that big take off. But then the time before that, I saw the Qantas A380 flying around to land at Dallas, and just seeing it from the ground, just looking up into the air and seeing it. And it was quite a ways away. It was just like, I couldn't believe. It's just crazy to see something that big. Just like there, flying. It's nuts. Of course, this is coming from someone who... Kansas City, we don't have 747s fly around all the time. The biggest thing we have here is an MD-11. Runway it lands on was only 8,000 feet at the time of its landing. Nice. That's a short runway. These clouds look fantastic down here, don't they? It reminds me of when we had a Elton 11 land at the downtown Kansas City airport. And they actually... Wheeler Downtown Airport, how long is this runway? Yeah, an Elton 11 landed on this 6,800 foot runway. And they were asked if they would be able to stop. And I remember them replying like, well, we'll find out when we get there. They landed to the south. They were like, well, it'll either be, we'll find out when we turn off the taxiway or we're in the Missouri River. That was the biggest plane that's ever landed at that airport. 747 was stripped and most of its cabin had very little fuel on board. Yeah. Have to make it as light as possible. Land on those short runways. Yeah, they landed it down there, and then they ended up having to sell the engines to pay for the plane. So it's down there with no engines. It's pretty much abandoned at this point because the museum hasn't been opened in like 3 years with legal battles. That's why I'm like very frightened when they get the museum back, what the state of the Connie is going to be in. Because it was like a pristine restoration before they were locked out of the building. They haven't been able to get into the building for like 3 or 4 years. Still landing like that next plane 11 with the Felis. It was foggy on the way in. A slam on the brakes. That is a slam on the brakes kind of landing. My GoPro view isn't set up. There we go. Nice and cloudy in Europe. Who would have guessed? Clouds in Europe? It's crazy. Who would have guessed? So I'm thinking, I think the next time we'll be live is Friday. I'm thinking, depending on what the events, the pack event will be, we'll probably be in the A320 again. This might be A320 week. Which I mean, it isn't the worst thing in the world. Evergreen Aviation's been dealing with a lot of financial issues and had billions in debt and doesn't get a lot of visitors in the winter. Only for like 2 months in the summer. It has a good chunk. Yeah. The one in Kansas City, the city of Kansas City owns the downtown airport, but the operations of the airport are handled by Signature Aviation. And Signature Aviation has been trying to run the museum out of the airport. Like one of the thing that they did, which resulted in the museum being temporarily closed, is the city allowed the museum to exist without paying rent, so long as it was a non-profit, it was a museum, which is what it has been. So they haven't had to pay rent. But then Signature came in and charged them rent all the way back to 1987 when they moved in. So now they have, what is that, like 30 some years of back rent that they owe. And they're fighting it in court. But the problem is the city has basically been like, well, we're not going to get involved, even though the city is the one that agreed that the museum could be there without paying rent. So, I don't know. I haven't heard anything on where the legal battles are. But what I do know is there is a Lockheed Constellation that if anything happens to that, I'll go murder somebody, because there's not a whole lot of those left. My grandpa was one of the people that did a lot of work on that, restoring it. Yeah. They have a whole blurb about it on their website, why they're not open and everything. But, yeah, they have a DC-3, Elton 11, Martin 404, Constellation. I'm trying to think what else they have. Some of these they don't have. Like the City of Seattle scrapped their 727 out from under their nose. So, they're, a couple years ago they were looking at suing Seattle. But, yeah, it's a shame. It really is a shame. But this Constellation is a very beautiful restoration. At the time it was flying, it was the only Constellation flying that was not a military Constellation. And it's the only one that's near airworthy that was not a military one. It's spent its entire life as a civilian airliner, which is a fun tidbit. Never actually flew for TWA though. When this one was made, TWA had already retired their Constellations. I think it flew for like Slick Airways. I think it was what it was called. I think. Yeah. Talking about the Evergreen Aviation. Yeah, Classic Pilot was telling me about the 747 that has a water slide. The Spruce Goose is there. Seemed pretty cool. TWA Connie versus United Douglas. TWA Connie. You put any plane up against the Connie, I'm going to pick the Connie every time. It's just such an iconic plane. You got Concorde versus Connie, I'll pick the Connie. 747 versus Connie, I'll pick the Connie. I don't give a crap about how it's better. Oh, the first supersonic airliner, you know what, whatever, the Connie looks cooler. Hate to say it. I don't really hate to say it though. Volunteered there when you were 17 back in 2002. That'd be such a cool museum to volunteer at, honestly. I was looking into volunteering at our museum in Kansas City, but they're currently closed. But it's something I'd love to do. Go sit in the B-17 and check it out. Or in the Spruce Goose. Yeah, that'd be so cool to do. Referring to the two-plane. Oh, the collision. Yeah. Such an unfortunate collision, but that's the reason why ATC is so advanced in the US, is that collision. Because from that collision, they basically redid the way air traffic control works in the United States. Because at the time, you'd have a tower controller controlling the airport. And then once they got up in the air, the airlines themselves would be the air traffic control for their traffic. So the TWA plane was talking to Trans World Airlines for air traffic control, and the United one was talking to United. But they would have had no idea that a collision was imminent. But yeah, that's the reason why, in the aftermath of that, they redid the way ATC works and why it is the way it is today. In part. People you meet are interesting, I bet. 3 months and 28. Nice. Nice. We gotta put in the arrival real quick into London Heathrow. Let me do that real quick. Runway 27, the Ollie's one hotel, Ollie's one hotel. And we'll just do ILS runway 27. That'll work. 27 left. ILS runway 27 left. From big. Whoa, hold on. That's not what we want. One hotel. Via big end. Insert that. And then I was late on this, so we need to go direct to Rotno. Insert direct Rotno. That should take us there, and then we can start our descent. I was a little bit late on that, but we'll get caught back up to our descent profile. Not the worst thing in the world. Your dad's buddy owns a scary amount of that airport. Nice. McMinnville 2018. Nice. This is a small world. We'll be descending into a cloudy London. Fire, I don't know if you're here, but I hope you're descending. Had to do a go around, did not do it by the book, flew a traffic pattern over the White House into DCA. You're lucky you didn't meet the F-16s, brother. There's an alien parade? That is awesome. Ridiculously awesome. I've always wondered how serious of a thing it is. Because, like, for example, the River Visual 1.9, right? Butts right up against the restricted airspace. Let's see here, River Visual 1.9. So it's like right there. I've always I wonder how often planes will like clip the edge of that airspace on approach. And I wonder if there is, like, if it's a big deal every time it happens, where it's like, gotta call a number, gotta call a number. You know what I mean? Because it's so close. I'm sure that planes, especially if they're flying manually, you get a wind gust or something, they'll clip the outer edge of this prohibited area. It's also like the kind of thing where I could see it also being something where usually like nobody would bat an eye, but since this is Washington DC, they'd be very serious about it. I don't know. Because I could see it going like, oh, honest mistake, whatever. Or also being honest mistake, well, either way, you still clip the airspace, so here's your punishment. I could see it going either way. Doing a VOR approach into Catalina Island. I haven't done very many VOR approaches. I've been lazy learning my VOR approaches. So we're gonna go ahead and put out full speed brake. Try to get this descent profile caught back up. Special training to even be allowed in the airspace. Gotcha. I saw a thing like was it probably CBS that did a special where they went with, it was like, it's restricted airspace, but what happens if you actually go into the airspace? Where they took like, there was some Air Force pilot that, or some base commander or something, and they flew in his Cessna into Washington DC, and obviously higher ups knew that they were going to do it, but they didn't tell the they treated it as like a training mission where they didn't tell so and so or whatever, the pilots who would actually be intercepting. It was really interesting. It was enough to be like, if I'm ever a pilot, I ain't fucking doing that, because it scared the shit out of me. Look out your window and see F-16s. Ugh, that would scare me. Reach the VOR, then turn around and line up for the runway. Surely there's some kind of like VOR radial guidance or something with that. So it looks like we're going to intercept our vertical profile right after Big End, BIG. So that should be okay. That's doable. One of the amazing things about it was they broke the restricted airspace, and it was within like 3 minutes of breaking the airspace that boom, the F-16s were there. It was nuts. And I mean, you got to think about how quick they got to be ready to go to get their planes up that fast. I'm sure there's like space, there's probably a probably wasn't literally 3 minutes. Like, you can probably see like this plane is flying towards the restricted airspace. We got to keep an eye on it. And then especially if it deviates from its flight plan or there's no ATC contact, because that was also the other thing they did, was before they reached the airspace, they stopped talking to ATC. Which of course air traffic control knew that that's what they were going to do. But it's just crazy how quick they were like, boom, we're here. Have a few fighters ready to go at all times. I bet. They don't mess around.
Wait.
No.
What happened?
There was a, we were talking about the restricted airspace over Washington, D.C.
Yeah, well, how did I overtake you?
Oh, you were just going faster.
Roger, making a 360 to slow down.
When we were climbing out, my plane actually stopped climbing and let you fly over me and then continued climbing all automatically. It's kind of cool. I didn't even realize it was doing that until it just started climbing again after you flew past. Yeah, I got like full speed breakout because I missed top of descent. Flew too many 737 flights last week. I forgot how to fly an Airbus. Got to run, time to go live, and you have no plan for what you do. Just figure that. Hey, hope you have a great stream, Fubar. Thanks for stopping by. I gotta get in there one of these days. I know I've been bad about stopping and saying hi, but time is crunched these days. Hate to say it, but I hope you have a fantastic stream. Thanks for stopping by. Happy landings if you do some landings. If not, good luck and hell let loose, or whatever you end up with. Hopefully the war goes well. 737 greater than Airbus? I would agree. Except for the 737 MAX has ruined me on that proposition. Crab Champ, there you go. That's a game right there. That's a game. We'll see you, Fubar. Take it easy. I don't know. In the sim, I much enjoy the 737 more than the Airbus, but like in terms of actually flying, if I get to pick, I'm picking an A320. What the nut are you beeping about? More drag? I don't have any more drag. Just gonna have to deal with it. Alright, we gotta put in destination data real quick. Forgot to do that too. I'm forgetting how to fly an Airbus. Dadgummit. Chat, you all need to shame me about this. Call myself a flight sim streamer? Get out of here. Winds are 220 at 9. And then our Barrow minimums will be 277. Boom. There we go. That should be in there good. I wonder how people would enjoy a stream of you sailing from Norfolk to the Bahamas. I'm sure there's people that are into it. You know, I'm surprised at how many people are into flight sim streams. Like, honestly. So I'm sure there's people that would watch. When I started in like the Twitch realm of flight sim, there was not a whole lot of people who would stream flight sim. Like maybe at one time there would be a max of like 15 people streaming. But the amount it's grown is insane. Like I knew it was gonna grow, but it's up to the point where there's like every once in a while there's people streaming it who have like 1,500 viewers, which is nuts. I never would have pictured that. Shipsim's just 90% water. We'll turn it into like a just chatting thing, right? Chill out and chat. That's pretty much what I do when we're in cruise. Chat so much I forget to actually fly the plane.
What's your runway to get?
27 left.
Roger.
I don't know if that's actually the one they land at night. I'm not sure, but
I think it is. Well.
alright, we're gonna keep speed slowing down to like 130 something, so we're gonna dial up 210. We'll go flaps 1. Aero ref discrepancy. Got these are not linked up. There we go. We got our LS active. We'll use auto brakes 1. I don't know if British Airways uses auto thrust on landing or not. I'm not sure. The Fenix B2 worth it? I think it is. I will say though, the performance is on par, if not a little bit worse than it was in the Block 1. Because they redid the cabin, redid a lot of the textures. There's failures implemented. A lot of work has been done on the systems. So they were able to make performance headroom, and then they replaced that headroom with more systems and stuff like that.
Again,
Yes.
we're coming right at each other.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay.
But having the IAE engines, to me, it's so nice to have the IAEs. Finally! IAE, which stands for I am engine.
Roger, I am in.
Let's talk while sailing for 3 days IRL until we reach land or get abducted by pilots. Exactly. Chilling and hanging out until the pirates arrive. Alright, we'll work on slowing down. I think that's you on the approach. So we'll slow down to like 170-ish for now. We'll keep slowing down as we round this turn. Flaps 2. The POV changed. Are you tripping? Probably. I think this is the more default POV. That's where I have my camera set. I need to
Really bumpy.
jump back into the CFM version of the plane and get my views set up correctly, because I don't know why I thought this, but I figured the views would carry over, and I think my view angle is not the way I have it set up in the other one.
Flying over London.
But the POV for me, I don't think has changed. It's just where my camera is at.
No runway inside. 2,500.
Flaps 3. Arm the approach. Cat 3 single, and we will see if we slam it into the ground or not. If you're over on Twitch, you can put in !prediction and then your landing rate prediction. Once again, sorry YouTube, that doesn't exist over there. Sim Toolkit has not put out a plugin for YouTube yet. Or a bot for YouTube. But on Twitch, you're able to do that if you feel so inclined to do so. It's nice and cloudy.
Oh, the frames are dropping. We're getting closer to Heathrow.
Uh-oh. Wonder if my frames are gonna tank at Heathrow. It's been forever since I've gone into Heathrow in the sim.
All right. You should fly from the flight director's seat. Like first officer's seat.
You're flying in the first officer seat?
I've never really done it. We tried it. Oh, I can't.
Never done it either. It's a weird angle. I'm so used to the left seat. And then, as a reminder, after this, we will be flying out of here over to Dublin, Ireland. That should be fun. I'm about 10 miles out. Ads. Friggin' Twitch. And their obsession with ads.
2,500.
2,500. Alright. Catch the glide. Looks like we do have a glide slope lock, so we'll go gear down. We're already at flaps 3. We've got to manage speed. Start slowing us down a little bit more. We go flaps full. We'll take out the autopilot once we can see the runway. YouTube have ads on live stream? I believe it does now. But if you have an ad blocker, you don't see the ads. So, ad blockers don't work on Twitch.
They do.
They do?
Yes.
What ad block do you use?
uBlock. I mean, if I were to use one, it'd be uBlock.
I say, we don't actually use ad block.
Yeah. But if we were to use one, it'd be uBlock.
But I've heard...
Twitch ad block script enabled after purging your cache.
Oh, okay. And we don't encourage doing that, of course.
Yeah, obviously. But should you do it, it would theoretically just lower your screen resolution while the ad was playing. But obviously, you know, that's only theoretical. But
Right, it's just theoretical.
yeah.
But also theoretically, if you were to use uBlock on YouTube, you wouldn't see ads. But I do believe every hour they run a minute ad or something on YouTube. It's not something I have control over.
Unless you had a theoretical ad blocker.
Unless you had a theoretical ad blocker. You use sub as an ad blocker when you're not broke. I do the same thing, but I don't have using subs for ad blocker money at the moment.
Keegan, did you start your replay system?
No, I have to go into experimental, and I would have to restart the sim if I used it.
I'm at 225.
So I'll do it with the next one. All right,
Are you
looking.
restarting the sim?
I'll do the replay when we land at the next flight, since I'm not doing another flight after it.
I'm at 8225. I'll be right back.
Holy. My airplane. Let's land this thing. British Airways. Yeah, I'm having to put in a lot more input into the stick than I remember putting in. My view is not where I want it to be. This is the view I'm looking for. I'm gonna have to change that when we get on the ground. 100 above. A lot of stick input. Dang.
Minimum
Continue stabilized.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Oh, we're floating.
10, 5.
Yeah, the it definitely feels different to land it. You can say that for sure. Reverse, maybe. There we go. Timeless Creator, specs are in the description. If you go down to the description, you'll see the specs down there. Oh, there is a command for it. Well, I guess I don't even know what commands I have anymore or not. Minus 52 was that landing rate, but it was not a good landing. Yeah, fly-by-wire feels a little bit different. In between flights here, I think I saw Fenix posted stick sensitivity settings. So I might go plug those in real quick and see if it feels a little bit better. I forget where Fire said he was at. I think that's him over there. I gotta fix where my view is at because this is not the view I thought it was. The APU started. Check the charts real quick. Parking stands 225. So we're on taxiway Echo. So he's at like 3. We'll do like 321 maybe. Try for like 317. Should be over here. My concern is I didn't see anything spawn in terms of trucks or anything, or marshaller. Maybe here. Looks like this is it. I think the marshaller is inside the building, which is lovely. Love that for me. APU bleed coming on. I think this is... Oh, the marshaller's on top of the building. No wonder I couldn't see him. What's up, dude? Gonna watch the next flight. Roger. There we go. Parking brake on. Engine shut down. while we're at it, try to adjust this view just a little bit higher. I think somewhere around there is where I usually have it. It might be a little bit better. All right. Welcome to a rainy and cold London Heathrow. Jump in here, get our beacon turned off. Everything else is good to go. GSX, we will request deboarding. And then we'll get set up for the next flights. So I hope you all enjoyed that first leg. From Zurich to London. Then we'll get set up for London to Dublin here in just a sec. Cargo doors are opening up, so GSX should start doing its thing. And Fire said he's going to watch the next flight, so that should be fine. So let me get SimBrief going. We're going to be Speedbird 834 for the next one. Taking off 27 rights. Make sure we're in kilograms. Awesome. I figure I'll go ahead and get this pre-filed real quick, and then I'll get up and use the restroom, stretch my legs a little bit, and then we'll be back at it. Alright, flight plan filed. Yeah, okay. Reconnect real quick, 834. If anybody wants to fly along and you're using Microsoft Flight Simulator, we should be on the multiplayer USA East server. So feel free to join if you want to.
Okay, actually, I might join.
Okay. I'm gonna get up and use the restroom and everything real quick, so you have time to decide.
What
Don't
date
you?
was it that you parked at?
I forget what you said. I parked at 317. I'm at gate 317. All right, chat. Give me just a couple minutes. I'm gonna get up, use the restroom, refill my water, and then I will be right back. So I will catch you then. We'll be ready to go up to Dublin. Alrighty, we are back. Hello. There we go. Now OBS is working. Howdy. All right. Very foggy. A little foggy here in London. And rainy. Wouldn't be Britain without some rain. Alright, let's get set up for the next flight. London Heathrow to Dublin. That should be good. We'll go to mass imbalance. It's not importing the flight. There we go. Instant reload. Aircraft is loaded. Sweet. We'll jump down here to ATSU, AOC, flights init, and we will request the init data. That's in there, good. Init request. Sweet. And then we get the OFP up so I can grab some data. Cost index 1.8. We are Speedbird 3. Whoops. 834. Cruising at 300 for this flight. It's in there all good. We can import our weights into our MCDU. Those are loaded. Then we'll look at our departure real quick. Out of runway 27 right. CPT 3 Foxtrot. Looks like is what we're gonna use. So we'll get that plugged in. Boom. We'll do our performance. 2 right is wet. Sync the load sheet. We'll take off with the packs on. Sync the weather. Calculate. 138, 140, 140, 1 down 0.3. Slash down 0.3. And then our flex temp was 61. Yeah, 61. That should be good. Then we have a top altitude of 6,000. So we'll go ahead and put that in. We'll kind of stick with that, flying out of here. Fire, you here? Mr. Fire? Boarding completed? Package unloading in progress. Started boarding and it didn't start. There we go. I hope fire is around because we are basically ready to go. Oops, sorry. I did not realize scrolling in and out was doing that. My bad. I'll give a chance for some boarding to happen, I guess, while we're waiting. What's this thing, Jonathan? Chat. Is this an AN124 for sale? It's an A320 or A321 it looks like, sitting there behind it. Interesting. What is this? Ruble? Yeah, that's a Russian ruble. Alright, let's see how much this plane costs in USD. $2.4 million. Interesting. Oh, I'll get fire until the plane is boarded, then we'll have to get rolling. Have to get rocking and rolling. Haven't had a chance to test Block 2. How's the performance? So, now bear in mind, how's it going, Fishing Bond? Welcome out. Bear in mind, the Fenix has never performed great on my computer. The performance of the Block 2 for me is about the same, if not just a little bit worse. The only place where I'd say it's a little bit worse is switching well, it's fine now. I ended up turning off the cabin because my performance was tanking when I was going between my wing views. Just hopping around in the cockpit, my performance is not as great, but it's not like horrifically terrible. So I would say it's about the same, if not a little bit less FPS, but not like a crazy decrease like some people have been saying. I haven't experienced that, at least. But the trade you get for that performance decrease is IA engines. They redid a lot of the textures, updated some of the systems. So for me, for my purposes, it's a pretty fair trade. Like any builds updated their A300, and the first comment is asking them when the A350 is coming out. Lovely. Not surprised, not surprised. Sorry, I haven't looked at Flight Sim News. We're waiting on Firewire. So we're letting the passengers get on board and burning a little bit of time, but it looks like DCS updated the Flaming Cliffs 3 modules. Originally made for DCS World all the way back in 2012. Get the update for free, or you can get Flaming Cliffs for $50, which I believe comes with a bunch of planes. F-15, A-10, Su-27, Su-33, MiG-29, MiG-29S, Su-25. I haven't done DCS in quite a while. See, the last thing that was updated last time I played was the A10. So they've added the Mosquito, the Mirage, MB339, and this F-15. Something I was very anxiously looking for back when I used to do DCS. F-15 is a legendary fighter. This is the two-seater variant, which is kind of cool. Hee Fishing Bomb. Welcome to the Toka Troop. Thanks for the follow. I realize we're burning time at the moment, but we'll get things kicked off here before too terribly long. There's also the F4 that got released, which is also a two-seater. Guess we can sort by... I don't know how you sort. Oh, pre-purchase. Oh, yep. Pre-purchase. You are correct. Alright, 4 more passengers fire. We're rolling. Alright, let's check out where we're taxiing. So push back, nose to the left. We'll take Foxtrot up to Bravo Hotel Alpha. We'll take off runway 27 right. So that is the plan. Have to call those 3 a few times on the PA. Foxtrot, Bravo, Hotel, Alpha. Okay. Alright, it's time to go. Let's get rocking and rolling. We'll go ahead and shut up the doors and get ready for pushback. Our APU should be started still, which it is. We can get rid of the GPU. I fixed my view, so it should be a little bit better for us. But we will prepare for pushback and departure. Turn up the sound just a little bit. And GSX will be doing its thing. All ready for pushback. We can turn off the LS. We don't need that for departure. No smoking, no phones, explosives, and fire risks. Just air. That is just air. One of these days I'll get over my fear of talking to UK ATC. They've always been very mean to me. Oh, they logged off, I guess. So we could be on VATSIM right now. Not worried about it. Is it like VATSIM? Yep, it is pretty much exactly like VATSIM, just take away all the people. Our virtual airline that used to be active, but now it's just really the three of us that fly together. We like it for group flights because you don't have to worry about ATC when we're just like trying to fly together. And they're on X-Plane, so we can't just use regular multiplayer. So POSCON fits the bill. For us, at least. But most of the time when we're flying on POSCON, we're 100% of the network. So, I guess you could say the three of us are keeping the network alive. Alright, pushback has started. Engine number 2 coming alive. But, yeah, POSCON is pretty much like VATSIM. It's kind of funny, POSCON came into the scene and pretty much forced VATSIM to update their codec, update their latency. Now they're implementing CTAF, which is what POSCON already has instead of Unicom. So it's kind of funny the influence that POSCON has had on VATSIM, even though POSCON is nowhere near relevant, honestly. Eight emergency exits. I tell you what, I think it's going to be a while, but it's going to be nice when we get the A319 and A321 from Fenix. Alright. Engine number 1 should be rolling. There we go. We got Avail. We'll start engine number 2 is rolling. We'll start engine number 1. These IAEs take a little bit longer than the CFNs to get started. Set the parking brakes. Like localized Unicom. Yeah. So instead of having to talk over a bunch of people for a bunch of different airports, the way CTAF works is a tune of frequency and it's just that airport. So it's a lot more localized, which honestly on VATSIM could be nice. And not every airport has a CTAF. So like London Heathrow, for example, would not have a CTAF because it's a major international airport who has a ground tower, departure, arrival, clearance delivery. It has all of those ATC positions, so it wouldn't have a CTAF. And those positions are staffed 100% of the time. Like LAX doesn't have a CTAF, JFK doesn't have a CTAF. So for those, I would assume it's still Unicom. But smaller airports, like where we went last week where we went Saturday, which was Lakeland Airport in Florida, has a CTAF because it's a smaller airport. It's not staffed 100% of the time. All right, engines are started. Go ahead and arm the speed brake. Flaps 1 for departure. We got flight controls. And we need our trim to be down 0.3. There we go. That is set. Come up here. Our lights are all on. We'll turn off the APU. Taxi light coming on. I forgot to turn on the beacon. What a surprise. And then we'll do a cabin call. Get them ready to roll. We'll start our taxi. Taxiing over to runway 27 right. Yeah, just the smaller and the regional airports will have CTAF. I assume, like I said, I assume with big airports it'll still be Unicom. It's like POSCON has a Unicom frequency 122905, I think it is. So that's what POSCON uses for airports that don't have Unicom. We got a company message, which is just the load sheet, which is already loaded, so we don't need to, not gonna worry about that right now. Fire.
Where you at?
I'm taxiing.
Okay, taxi. You left me.
I waited for a while.
I've been abandoned. I've been abandoned.
I'll taxi at like 10 knots.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes. I know where to run. How could this happen to me?
Fire. It's an
Flying in an Airbus, all alone at Heathrow.
it's an Airbus. All you gotta do is press the go button. You'll be ready to go.
Then I was left behind by my company. Here I sit at the stand, waiting for the pushback tug that will never come.
Better pushback works. Do you run into the issue with better pushback where it won't disconnect from the plane?
Yeah.
It's pretty annoying, right?
Oh my god, wait, are you sleeping up this? Or are you playing Helldivers?
Sleeping.
But you don't have to.
Do you have Helldivers?
No. I
No?
avoid Crudo.
Oh.
The same thing.
I say I do gotta work tomorrow, so after this flight I gotta go to bed.
No, you don't need. Who needs to work?
Me?
Just pack your national. Blue Lock will pay you 20 business years.
So it says this is not a taxiway, but also on the chart it says this is a taxiway. So
Talking about that one, yeah, it's on like I think it's for like vehicles.
Whatever. The chart says it's a taxiway, so it's a taxiway in my book.
Pushing back.
Heathrow is just a confusing airport. Like the busiest airports in the UK.
You take
Only
27 left, right?
27 right.
Why taking 27 right?
Because that's the departure runway.
Roger. Parallel departure. Calm.
I mean, I'm pretty certain that Heathrow does, they'll use one runway for landing, one runway for departure.
Unless you're Concord, then you get 27 left.
True. Concord. Captain Zimp, what's going on? Welcome out, just in time for the second flight. Up to Dublin. Now once again, no yellow line, but the chart says this is a taxiway, so we will treat it as such. I can reset the chrono. POV me after 4 legs. After 4 legs, I'm at school. I'm so tired after.
You're tired? Wake up. We gotta fly back to LSZH.
Brother.
It's not even cold. We're not even close to.
Brother.
We can do this. I believe. Pack International.
Yeah, I feel like I've flown 4 legs. It was a long day at work. It was a long day at work because there was jack diddly squat to do all day.
Fair enough.
See, Toronto to Los Angeles to Heathrow to VIP to VICG. Holy crap. That's a flight. Alright. Landing lights on. TCAS should already be on because I don't think I turned it off. Let's get lined up. Sound a little bit for departure. Start the clock and throttle's 50%. And Toga. I changed the curves on my controls. So, hopefully I don't have to use so much stick movement to make the plane actually do stuff. A little bit of rudder.
B1.
Rotate. And gear up. Other than the engines, what would be your favorite part of Block 2? Probably, it feels like they've done some work on the fly-by-wire. Feels better to fly. It felt great to land. Except for the fact that I wasn't used to the way it felt, so I kind of floated all over the place. But it doesn't feel like on landing it falls out of the sky from 20 feet anymore. That's probably my favorite thing. The updated textures in the cabin are great too. I can show you those. I just have the cabin turned off because trying to save a little bit of FPS. Turn our acceleration here. Flaps up. You know, I forgot. I never turned on real turb. Hopefully this works.
Speaking, I'm doing an intersection takeoff.
Roger. Apologize, I forgot to turn on real turb. Should be working though. In IRL. Went from Toronto to VICG IRL. Damn. How are you not jet lagged to oblivion at the moment? Alright, we're coming up on 6,000. We're gonna follow the altitude restrictions out of here, just because it seemed interesting to do. Don't don't really have to because there's not any ATC. Got autopilot on. Of course, we're right in the clouds. I'll turn on the cabin to show you all the cabin real quick. Maybe if I can go back to... Oh, maybe not. Shoot, I guess I can't go back to the settings. Interesting. We got the OFP here, so I'll just leave that up. Just kidding. I'm not going to show you the cabin because I can't get into the settings and turn it back on. In the Fenix app on the tablet. Oh, sim setting. I was in the wrong settings. Look at that. There we go. I've done that way too many times. There's even a button for it. A little tired. A little tired. It's fine, right? Alright. Take a little look around the cabin. See, the textures have been updated. I think they look pretty good, honestly. Some of the better cabin textures I've seen in a plane. You can actually come in here and get an idea for what's going on. I don't know if I want to I don't know what that is. I don't know what I just did. I've had a thing where clicking stuff up here, I don't like doing it because it phases through to the cockpit. But yeah, cabin's great. I don't think the bathrooms are modeled. At least there's no bathrooms up front. We'll go to the back and check. Something I like about, what plane is it on X-Plane? You can flush the toilet. Little details like that. Things to do in the cabin. Yeah, bathrooms aren't modeled. But you know, of course, how much time are you actually going to spend in the bathroom? In a simulator. We'll go to standard. And then once we cross CPT here, we will start our climb up to 3000 or flight level 300. Go ahead and start getting that in there. Get above these clouds and start getting some nice wing views. Here we go. We'll go manage climb, which will take us up. Maybe. There we go. It's starting the climb now. These engine sounds are great. One of the things I do want to try eventually in this plane is you can force a compressor stall now. If you do some like crazy shit with the winds and then try to take off. Do like a crazy crosswind. If you try to take off, you'll choke the engine of air and it'll go into a compressor stall. See the real turb is working, bumping us around just a touch.
What altitude you at?
10,600.
Okay. I'm at 11,000. Wait, you're 10,600?
I followed the altitude restriction.
We're going to EIDW, right?
Yeah.
Okay, my routing is much different. I'm going north.
Roger, north?
That's what they didn't realize.
I just took whatever SimBrief gave me. Hasn't done me too wrong yet. If you're enjoying what you're watching, enjoying the stream, and you're over on YouTube, be sure to drop a like.
Follow
I'd appreciate it.
and subscribe.
Yep.
Big thumbs up. Big hog. WW. Real for real.
For real, for real. And if you're enjoying,
Welcome to Toba
don't
Tree.
forget to like and subscribe. And if you're over on Twitch, don't forget to follow. I really do appreciate it. Constantly growing the channel. And we're getting places so far. So, say what?
Forget you're on YouTube.
Yeah.
Forget you're actually on the YouTubes, you know?
The YouTubes,
Just say the
as they say.
Why are we up at 2 a.m.?
What are you talking about? It's only 1 a.m.
Okay, why are we up at 1 a.m.?
I don't know. It's my existence as a flight simmer.
Let's do a long. Let's take off from Dublin. Continue.
Brother, I'm going to bed.
New York, you know?
Good night.
Toga. It's Toga, dude. We can make it in time. Dude, we can pre-flight it in no time. Watch. Macarena it, man. You know?
Well, the serious problem with that is there's no way I'm getting up early enough to land before I go to work tomorrow. So just be sitting paused at top of descent all day until I get off work.
It's okay, that's what life does too.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes it does. Okay, what do you think about the new Cirrus SR22 cockpit?
The new Cirrus SR22 cockpit?
Yeah.
Like the real plane or in the sim or
The real plane.
new?
But the series made a video about it if you want to see it.
Okay. YouTube?
Yeah. It's what? G7? It's G7, I think. Yeah, there you go.
This is a 44-minute video.
No, look up Cirrus aircraft. It should give you their channel.
Introducing the okay.
Yeah, there's like one video that's like bullshit, and the other video, I think it's the features video, is the one you want to watch.
Vast.
And you can skip around and it shows you the cockpit views.
And
Features. There we go.
the mission was always simple.
The mission was always
The
simple.
next generation of the world's best-selling personal aircraft.
Oh wait, they're American.
Introducing the Cirrus Aircraft SR Series G7.
They're British.
Interesting. It's definitely a whole hell of a lot more modern somehow. But it looks really good. Really clean. Where's the standby instruments? Aren't they required to have those?
No.
Really?
The standby instrument's the secondary display.
That's allowed?
I guess so.
Damn.
Well, if you want one, it starts at $850,000.
Oh, that's chunk change. No, this push to start is kind of cool too.
Personal aircraft. Introducing the
Yeah, it's a engine push to start. It's like a car, but
Cirrus Aircraft SR Series G7.
gotta have the close up of the leather. Very important.
This is the most significant generational change in the product's history. While the exterior looks familiar, the interior has been completely redesigned.
They sound like
It's almost
Apple.
an SR Series relaunch of sorts. When people talk about aviation, it just instantaneously seems complicated. At Cirrus, the attitude is almost completely reversed. We want this to be so simple seeming and
Don't
so
you
approachable
want
that
the Cirrus
everyone
lifestyle?
wants to do it. So when we looked at redoing the
Gotta
flight,
get the
introducing a new
Cirrus
flight deck,
ecosystem.
Not only did we want to align it with the Vision Jet and make it similar product line
You know, they had a
so it's
feature when it
seamless
lands
transition
hard, it
between the
reports
two
back to
products.
Cirrus
We
that there was
also
a hard
wanted to
landing.
introduce this
Really?
like no
And
experience
refers you
with
to
aviation,
training.
but have experience
That is hilarious.
with tablets and phones. When you get in there, it's intuitively obvious what you need to do. There's a screen, there's buttons on the screens. It is within your reach.
There's a
It is
screen, and guess what? There's buttons on the screen.
Oh my
Jesus.
God, look at the camera.
four screens. It doesn't.
Is Cirrus the Apple of the aviation industry?
Yeah. Yeah.
This sounds like.
For the first time, we're
Is it the Cirrus? Is it the SR22 or is it the Apple iPlane?
combining jet
I can't tell.
avionics with a very capable single-engine piston aircraft. Front and center.
Jesus.
Two Garmin touchscreen controllers.
I mean, it looks very
Touchscreens
nice
are
though.
Really your interface to the heart and soul of the airplane. So everything that you need to do to interact with the flight deck can be done from the touchscreen controllers. Everything you need to aviate and navigate, GTC1. Everything you need to communicate, GTC2. So it's very much like having a tablet on your flight deck with icons that you can just...
It's very much, chat, it's very much like having a tablet on your flight deck. Well, guess what? I got a tablet in my flight deck.
Alright, now what do you think about the Piper M700?
The Piper M7?
100.
M700.
Just released.
At Piper Aircraft, we continuously advance towards maximum performance.
Maximum performance.
Fury.
Say what?
It's called the Fury.
Meet the first of a new generation of the M-Class family.
Okay. Looks like a TBM.
6A52 Pratt & Whitney engine, producing 700 shaft horsepower in Garmin's innovative technology, including Autoland.
Autoland.
Here's
The
Autoland.
M700
It does.
Fury. An aircraft
Plus
worthy of the
$1,000.
name and
No, sorry,
indomitable
plus
force.
$10,000.
With performance surpassing its predecessor, the M700 Fury.
Do we like how this is shot in Microsoft Flight Simulator?
A 30% improved
Is it really?
climb rate of over 2,000
Are those
feet per
clouds?
minute
No, this is
and
X-Plane.
reaches a maximum cruise speed of over 300 knots.
Look at the clouds.
The M700
No way.
Fury takes you from Miami to Houston in less
No, this
than
is
2
Microsoft
hours.
Flight Simulator.
Miami to Barranquilla, Colombia in 3.5 hours. And London to Madrid in less
Oh my
than
God, it
4
is.
hours.
What the fuck?
At over 1 million
Bro,
less
they
than
really-
its closest competitor, the M700 Fury
Okay, can we have this in Microsoft Flight Simulator then?
More power, blistering
Somebody
performance,
built it and rendered it.
pointed interior. The luxury, what matters most.
Piper's like, sorry, this is a real life training example. They're like, you have to buy the aircraft and we give you a copy.
Experience the Fury. Join the legacy.
Jesus. What do I think about that? TBM better.
Fair enough.
Why would you get that when you can get a TBM? If you're buying a private turbojet turboprop plane and the selling point of the turboprop plane is it's $1 million less than its competitor, which I assume is the TBM 850 or 930, one of those, then you can afford to buy a TBM. So why would you not just buy a TBM?
Do you like the Icarus MC21?
The what?
The Icarus MC21.
Icarus MC21. This is the Russian. Isn't this the Sukhoi Superjet?
No, this is different. This isn't a failure. Okay, it might be, but it just hasn't failed yet.
No, it's Russian, so it will be a failure. Nobody's buying any Russian planes.
You may have not heard of the NC-21, but it could very well be the next must-have short-haul aircraft filling our skies, putting Airbus and Boeing on notice.
It's not going to be filling our skies, brother. No. Very well could be the next aircraft filling our skies, putting Airbus and Boeing on notice. It ain't gonna happen. Sorry.
Do you remember Kim Jong-un pretends to fly an airplane? Do you remember that video?
No.
You haven't watched it?
I keep closing YouTube to open it back up. I should just leave the YouTube tab open.
Yeah, I give you a link. Yeah.
Kim Jong-un pretends to fly an airplane. Am I gonna get banned for watching this?
No.
Okay.
It's just propaganda.
언제나 하늘 소병들과 함께 비행기를 타고 적국의 푸른 하늘을 날고 싶은 것이 자신의 심정이라고 늘 말씀하곤 하시는
Learned how to fly by reading a manual for 2 seconds.
경의하는 최고 사령관 동지.
Can you imagine this co-pilot? He's probably sitting there shitting his pants because he has handed control of his airplane over to somebody who has no idea what the fuck they're doing. Like, you gotta think about this, right? If this, let's say Kim Jong-un has spent his time in Microsoft Flight Simulator, right? This pilot's still probably shitting his pants. Like, oh god. He's probably sitting there like, okay, Supreme Leader, all you gotta do to make this convincing is you set your hand on top of the throttles, and I'm gonna push them where they need to go, and you just leave your hand there. And then you just rest your hand on the yoke, and I'm gonna move the yoke. But you just rest your hand there and pretend like you're doing stuff. What do I think of the Fenix? I like it. Having the IEs is great. Cabin textures are great. And there's a bunch of new failures and system stuff, which are kind of cool, which I haven't even delved into yet. Performance is about the same, if not a little bit worse than the Block 1. But overall, I like it. We're going to be flying it a lot this week. It's your fear of losing my life. I'll show you around the Fenix here in just a second. We gotta get through this freaking meme that Fire sent me. You could talk on the radio and fly at the same time.
그렇기 때문에 자신께서 꼭 타야 한다고 하시며 비행길에 오르신 우리 원수님이십니다. 저것과 인민의 운명을 한 몸에 안으신
Only 10 feet above the terrain.
다시는 위험한 비행길에 오르시지 마.
That's 10 feet above the terrain.
주시기를 간절히 아래일 때마다 경의하는 원수님 말씀하셨습니다.
Even doesn't one-handed.
비행사들과 함께 있다는 것이 무엇이겠습니까? 내가 직접 비행기를 타보아야 비행사들에게 언제나 비행 항로에
Chat, no single person on Earth has ever departed and landed the same aircraft.
최고 사령관이 함께 있다는 마음을 심어주고 힘과 용기도 북돋아 줄 수 있습니다.
So what plane are they flying? Is that the Sukhoi Superjet?
It's a Tupolev.
Tupolev?
I think it's a 204.
It looks very modern. Oh, the 204 is modern.
Oh, you should see. He flies another plane. He flies like a Cessna. It's a copycat of a Cessna.
Well, here's my question. And I know it says that's a meme channel, Radar Contact. Never mind. That gets rid of my question. Okay. I should do a weekly review video? I don't know about that. I can. I feel like it's hard to review stuff and not say stuff that's already been said. Like I've talked about it before. I could go in and be like, look, I'm going to give you a review about the Thrustmaster TCA Boeing yoke. And the draw to that review would be, I'm not sponsored by Thrustmaster. But I feel like that's kind of, I don't know, I've thought about it and I've thrown around the idea before of reviewing stuff because I'm not sponsored by anybody. It probably never will be. But I feel like that's like inadvertently throwing shade at people that are, because it's like saying, oh, well, because you have a partnership with Thrustmaster, you can't review the product. I don't know. Been flying it all day. Welcome back, Classic Pilot. All right, like I said, we'll make it quick. We have failures. We can activate failures. I'm not going to do that. Unless we could do something fun like a engine failure on approach. Something that's not going to completely bork the entire flight. And then the cabin has been redone too. So the textures, I think, look fantastic in this cabin. Yeah, it's like some of the best in any cabin and simulators, I gotta be honest. And then of course we have the IAE engines, which are out there. Doing their thing. And the sounds are great too. It's a good way to build and get partnership. That's true. I don't know. I've had the Thrustmaster Yoke for, I guess, since December, so I could review that. My review of it is it's a great product and I really like it. I don't know. I might do something like that. Can we lose the wings? That will reduce drag. That will reduce drag. It's all about personality and presentation, no matter who's done it. That's true. I don't know. I'm the kind of person, like, I have all these ideas for videos I want to do, but there's so much stuff in here we can do. I always back myself, or I always overthink myself into a corner when it comes to videos. That's why I like streaming so much, is because I don't have to, like with flight sim streaming, the only thing I have to plan is where I'm leaving and where I'm going. Everything else is just kind of baked into doing a stream, right? And the nice thing about using YouTube is once I'm done streaming, it goes up as a video, and that's where the majority of the views for the live streams come from. But I do think it would be nigh on impossible to grow my channel just based off of streaming. So I've tried throwing up a couple shorts, minimal effort content, but minimal effort equals minimal results. So I don't know. If I get to a place where I have a little bit more time, I want to delve in a little bit deeper and actually try to make some higher quality videos. I feel like I can do it. I just got to put myself to it and do it. We got door failures.
You should do the emergency gear extension.
Emergency gear extension. Chat. Realistically, chat. What's a failure we could try on this flight? Realistically, not something like double engine fire or something like that. I want to make it to Dublin, I guess is what I'm saying. But we have all these sorts of different things in here that we could take a look at. So fire's thrown out, emergency gear extension. Guess we could, I don't want to do like a whole bunch of them. But that would be like,
Alright, left engine failure, right engine failure, left aileron failure, hydraulic pump failure, APU failure, battery overheat,
icing and rain protection failure. We could do like wheel brake faults. One of the things I was thinking looking at this is once we start our descent, we could arm a bird strike. Or we could do like an engine failure and have it armed. or something like that, just so it could be like, look, we do have failures. Obviously, I don't know the exact procedure on what to do with an engine failure. It'd just be kind of guesswork. But, you at least be able to see a failure in action. Failures are not the focus of my channel. Did a compressor stall today. I want to force a compressor stall. I want to go do exactly what they did in that preview video. Crazy crosswind and try to take off. I think that'd be very fun to play around with. We're going in the Hudson. Brother, we're on the other side of the world. Alright, let's plan out our arrival a little bit earlier than the last one. I'm going to take the Vader 3 X-ray. And we will take the ILS 28 right. Nose gear not down. That's one. I think we'll... Okay, how does this sound? We'll do an engine failure. Once we start our descent, we get a little bit closer to the airport, because I do want to make it to Dublin. I don't want to divert. We'll do an engine failure, and we'll kind of take it from there and see what happens. The Airbus on the eCam, it'll give you the steps of what to do when it detects a failure. So it'll be cool to see if that works as well. Gotta land soft on the nose. Whew. I don't know about that. I would slam that thing. Knowing me. Alright. ILS 26 right. The Vader 3 X-ray. We'll do our approach via Obinu. We'll insert that. And it wants us to select heading track. Insert. And then we want to go direct to... I didn't think we were that close to the airport already. Damn. We'll go direct to Soren. I think we missed our top of descent again. Yep. I am dropping the ball with my descent planning. I apologize. Speed brake out, we'll bring it down. I need to not get carried away about talking about stuff. That's what's happening. Alright, I really want to fly the Boeing 377 to Anchorage. Time, hurry up, you want to go home? Man, I hope your day goes as quick as possible, so you can get home. It stinks to be stuck at work. Alright, let's go in here.
I have a landing gear failure.
We'll go to power plant. Engine 1 failure. Arm failure condition. And we'll have it fail in... I'm an idiot, so minutes to seconds. Have it fail in 4 minutes. 240 seconds. Apply changes. So we're gonna have an engine 1 failure coming up. So we'll see what that involves. And hopefully should be when we're getting set up for the arrival, so it'll be a busier time of the flight, so that should make it interesting. So for now, we'll get things set up for the arrival. Destination data and everything is normal. So 1001. Temperature is 5. Winds are 200 or 220 at 8. Transition altitude's in. We got our barrel minimums. 415. Boom. So that's all good to go. You can see RealTurb is doing its thing. Definitely noticing and appreciating what RealTurb does. I will say a lot of the time RealTurb is subtle, but I forgot to start it for the first flight. And towards the end of the flight, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, this has been a very oddly smooth flight. But yeah, forgot to start it, so you miss it when it's gone. We could do sometime an engine fire. It could be fun. We'll have plenty of time because we're going to be flying this Friday probably, and we'll fly it Sunday as well. No stream Saturday. It's going to be Friday 7:30 p.m. Central Time, and Sunday 7:30 p.m. Central Time will be the next streams, but we'll be flying this as well. We can play around with it. Be thinking of what you want to see. Alright, this is wanting flight level 70. We're 7,000 above where we want to be, so we're going to do a 360. And try to recover from our mistake of screwing up the descent.
Over there yet? Not there.
We're getting there.
We're not there yet.
We're not there yet, mate. We're getting there.
You remember the default FSX GPS that could do approaches?
That thing was, honestly, listen, that thing was baller.
It did come in clutch a lot.
The default GPS, it was like Control G or Control G or whatever to pull it up.
Yeah, and then you could go direct away from
All right, engine 1 failure. All right, thrust lever idle. We're looking for a relight. We're on manual throttles. Land ASAP. Which we're working on. So relight, we're in ignition start. I don't know how we tell if we have a relight. Oh, our N2 here. The engine is starting. Trying to start anyway. So give it just a couple more seconds. We'll keep our turn coming around. Let's go ahead and go direct to Soren. Speed brake in. Go manage speed. We just have one engine. Got to keep that in mind. So we don't have a relight. Engine's not starting back up, so we'll go engine master off. Engine select mode, ignition. No fuel leak. We'll monitor our fuel. Watch for an imbalance. TCAS mode needs to go to TA. And then we, I guess, check for damage. It is an Airbus thing. You turn off the master caution as quick as possible. I don't know. I don't see any damage. You guys see any damage? I don't.
Engine just falls off. Oh, there's no damage. It's fine. The engine's supposed to do that.
So there is no damage, so we should be good. Clear. Clear. And we're good. So clear that out. That way, if anything else pops up, we're not overwhelmed by stuff that's already on the screen. If that makes sense. Check our STS page. Cat 3 duals and up. Engine 1 bleeds off. Pack 1's off. Main galley's off. Generator 1's off. If performance permits, we'll check the fuel because we're going to be burning. More fuel in the right engine, obviously. Let's go ahead and open the crossfeed valve. You turn the APU on and bleed air, then you turn the... Okay, we'll give that a try. Get the APU started. APU coming on. And at this point, mayday, mayday. Speedbird 834. Engine failure. Single engine failure.
Wait, I also have a mayday. Mayday number 2? My gear is not going down.
At least at this point is when I would mention it. If it was me, because you want to try to address the problem first things first. But luckily, this is a modern airliner that can fly on one engine. Just fine. APU is online. Turn APU bleed on, then crank, then wait a few, then try to start it. We shall try that. Waiting for the APU to become available, and we will give that a shot. If it don't work, then it's dead. Roger. Alright. APU bleed on. Flip to crank. We'll just flip it to crank and then we'll wait a few and then flip the switch, right? We'll wait just a few minutes. Try now. Flip the switch. Brothers, it looks like we got nothing. I think she's a dead engine. We'll try one more time. Ignition start. And see if it'll kick back to life. Looks like we might get something here. She's coming back to life, boys.
Alright, now fail it again.
No, we're not sure yet, per se.
Engine 2, approach idle only.
Wait and see if it becomes a veil. Alright, we have a veil. Ease the throttle up. We got him back. Motors are back. We'll go back into lever climb. I don't know if that's something that actually do. Turn it back to middle and APU off. Well, for shits and gigs, we're gonna go ahead and fail the engine. Do a single engine landing. Ignition crank. So, because I know that's the content everybody wants is an engine failure. So, master caution off. We'll address this really quick. Go ahead and arm the approach. We've already done this stuff. Engine 1 fire. We don't have any damage because I just literally turned, well, I guess we can check. Nothing looks damaged from our standpoint. So if no damage, relight considered. Let's just say we tried to relight the engine. It didn't want to start back up, so we have a dead engine at this point. Everything is good. We've done. We'll check STS status. Everything here is good. We have a Cat 3 dual. Engine 1 bleed, engine 1 failure, which we know. We'll go ahead and clear. Emergency cancel. Clear everything out. So that way if anything else pops up, we can deal with it as it shows. Go ahead and go flaps 1. I do know from watching some crash investigations by some very good YouTubers that the Airbus standard thing is clear the orange as soon as possible. So that way, we'll use auto brake. Nah, we'll use medium because we won't use reverse because the options on this Airbus are full reverse or not reverse. And with only one reverser going, we don't want to use full reverse. Flaps 2 coming in.
2,500.
2,500, gear coming down.
What runway are you taking?
28 right. I do know the thinking with clear the orange as soon as possible is if anything else comes up, you don't get distracted by all the failures that you see on the screen. It's like now if we had an APU failure, for example. Approach or V approach is going to be 137. So we're going to come in a little bit quick. Probably try for like 140 just so we have a little more headroom than usual. Go ahead and go full flaps. Alright, speed brake armed. Auto brakes are armed. Flaps are down. Let's see what's involved in flying an airplane with one engine. need some rudder. Actually, while this is going... Oh, I don't have the replay thing. Damn it. Just have to replay it in your mind.
Roger.
So I'm pretty much standing on the right rudder to keep it straight.
This trim, you use the rudder trim.
I don't have rudder trim bound.
Alright.
That's fine. I can use the rudder. It's not horrible.
1,000.
Able to keep it pretty on point. Little bit low. Resting that. There we go. Getting slow now. That's what I was afraid of. I'm instinctively pulling the throttles back to where I would think they would go if I had both engines.
Minimum.
Continue.
Light slope.
I'll land as short on the runway as I can because we're not going to use reverse.
Light slope.
40, 30, 20. Retard.
And we're floating. Damn it. Fucked it up again.
5.
No, we're down. No reverse. I gotta get used to landing this thing. It feels so different to land it. All right. Brake fans are on because definitely gonna need them. We made it. Speed brake up. Flaps coming up. There you go. You all have bared witness to the first ever engine failure on the Keegan Toga channel. So come up here. We're gonna get APU's already started, so should be good. Get the plane cleaned up a little bit. So we'll play around with that a little bit more. Like I said, I want to avoid doing things that are like flight ending, but fun issues to deal with on approach I'm okay with doing. We're doing a replay. I don't have the button in my toolbar for replay, so unfortunately no. I will do some research though, because I know there's some replay tools out there that aren't as jank as the built-in replay. So I'll try to figure that out so that next stream we will have replays available. But the replay tool, the reason I don't do them very often is because it's super freaking jank in Microsoft Flight Simulator. You can link the free one you use. Hey, I'd appreciate that. 1,000,000%. Thank you. Alright, we're going to gate 200. How close are you, Fire?
10 out with one engine.
Roger.
And the other one is on fire still, even though I hit the fire lever.
Okay, Pier 2, we're gonna go in on Bravo. To 200. We'll do sky handling partner, sure. That's just there, just install it, run and click, record, replay, stop it, playback super E. I don't see a link. Good lord, where am I going? Is it filtered? What's my Discord? It should give a link. Maybe. There it goes. Let me know if that link doesn't work. It works for me. Because last time somebody said it wasn't working and I tested it and it worked fine, so just let me know. Alright, you said you're 5 miles out?
Yeah. Sorry, now I'm 2 miles out.
Okay. What's
The
your...
engine is still on fire.
2-8 right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, no, 2-8 left, I think.
Oh, yep. Discord, gotcha. Alright, finally a British Airways A319. How about that?
That's on fire.
Apparently it's on fire. Solid. I love it. I'll take your word.
Oh, the engine's fired right now.
Hawkers. I'll take your word for it. I'll get it installed and try to screw around with it a little bit tomorrow so I'm ready to go Friday. I'll probably do it Friday. I don't know. Either way, I'll get it set up and ready to go. Alright, we're looking for 200 center. 200C. The replays have always been like my biggest gripe. I cannot believe they haven't fixed or implemented something better yet. Like the one in X-Plane is like pristine perfect. Alright, there we go. Just want to make sure I was going on the right line. There we go. We've made it to Dublin with our failed engine. We'll have to have maintenance take a look at that. May even have to get a shipped brand new engine out here, or just start it back up because that's the way it was fixed the first time. But yeah, we'll hang out for a second here and give Fire a chance to taxi back in. GSX, come on. GSX. D-board. Maybe this is linked up with GSX now. Doesn't look like it. The forward stairs. There we go. And we can get the APU turned off. And get things cleaned up a little bit for the night. IRS is off, crew supply off. Basically leave it how we found it. Come back through this way, there's nothing over here. Emergency lights, we can go ahead and turn those off. All our signs we can turn off. We'll go get our fuel pumps turned off, crossfeed turned off, and our batteries turned off. We are good. Get a screenshot of the two of our planes together. I'll add it to the screenshot library that you see during the break. Yay! Let's see here. On the MSFS 2, Flight Sim 2. Flight recorder. Okay, I like the look of this already. Just quickly reading the description, I like it. Appreciate that, JJ Stevens. Mr. JJ, I appreciate it. Alright, Twitch. We're gonna go raid Fubar. He's playing Crab Champions. It's chill. So if you're ever on Twitch, enjoy the raid. Go say hi to Fubar. He is a legend. He's awesome. Over here on YouTube, I appreciate y'all watching. If you're not already, please like and subscribe. I appreciate it. We'll be back Friday with some more flying. It'll be pack event day, so we'll be back on POSCON, probably back in the A320 with the IEs, trying out more things, doing more failures, seeing what happens. So I appreciate y'all watching. You all stay safe, stay healthy, and I will catch you all in the next one. We will see ya.
Augers.
Oh, and it broke. Of course it did. Rare treasure? What? Oh my god, my thing's full.